Squeaky wheel. I have a squeaky wheel. Squeak eliminated. Thank you.
Hello, I Bubble Freak.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Squirtle Master Kenobi. Before I get started with the video, I would like to say a couple things. One, I have just reached a subscriber goal of 1,000, and I have recently applied for monetization. So I would like to say thank you to everyone who has helped out by subscribing. I know a lot of it is due to that This Is Us channel. I know I haven't posted in a very long time, so I apologize for that. I have been very busy over the last few months with various different things. I directed a play. I've been conducting music camps and different things like that. So I appreciate the patience of, me not posting any videos, but I plan on starting a new posting schedule, and I'm going to start with this one. And this one's basically going to be a My Pokemon Diamond and Pearl team video, because the game is coming out later this month, and for those of you who care about the game and are interested to see what kind of Pokemon people are going to be using, then these are the kind of videos that you should watch. A lot of other YouTubers are going to be giving their teams as well. Sorry, got a little distracted here. There's a little caramel on my desk. Anyway, so one thing that's unique about this one, not necessarily unique because it's kind of been this way before, I would say different, because before with Sword and Shield, we had to wait until we kind of knew what the Pokemon were, either through starting to play the game first, or and learning about all the Pokemon, or reading some kind of leak online. Whereas with this one, we mostly know what Pokemon are going to be in the game, because it's a faithful remake of games that came out back in, I think it was 2006, the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl games for the DS. So, I mean, there's some things up in the air for question, like, is it going to be using more of the Platinum Dex, or is it going to be using more of the Diamond and Pearl Dex? Because there were differences. Like, for one thing, you could actually catch Houndour in the wild area. Not in the wild area, in the wild, in Platinum, but you could not in Diamond and Pearl. So, with that said, my team is going to be based on the idea of the Sinnoh Pokedex from Diamond and Pearl over Platinum at this point. My team might fluctuate and change once I actually start playing the game and I actually see what Pokemon are available to me, but with the information we've been given thus far, we can safely assume it's going to be a faithful remake of Diamond and Pearl. Another bit of information that I need to give to you before starting is the version that I'll be choosing, and the reason that's important mainly is because of version exclusives. For example, in Pokemon Red version, you find more you find Growlithe, but in Blue version you find Vulpix. And you have to trade with each other in order to get those Pokemon. So part of the reason for choosing a specific game is knowing the version exclusives. Now, I don't know all the version exclusives by heart, but I also played this game when I was younger, and so I'm more familiar with the Pokemon that I will likely be able to catch in this one based upon what I was able to catch before. And this team that I'm going to give you is also going to be probably a very similar team to most other people. There may be a few differences, but it shouldn't be too off the mark. But first, the game that I'm going to be choosing is Brilliant Diamond, of course, because Dialga is a G, and I played Diamond when I was a kid, and I feel like it's appropriate for me to get the same one as the revamped version. So with that, also my sister and my brother are going to be getting the game as well, and typically growing up when we would get these games, my sister would get the grass starter, I'd get the water starter, and my brother would get the fire starter. But we are switching things around this time because my sister not like the grass starter from this game. She hates Turtwig with a lot of passion. My brother doesn't really care that much about the fire type, and I don't really want to use Ponyta as my fire type for this game, because for those of you who know, Ponyta was legitimately the only fire type you could catch pre-post game, other than Chimchar in Diamond and Pearl. And I don't know why that was the case, but it was. Like legitimately the only fire type. I don't know why that was. Like you couldn't even get like a Slugma or like a Growlithe or anything else. Like it was literally just Ponyta. It's like, what? A, it's not even a, Sinnoh Pokemon, so why is it the only fire Pokemon you can catch? And B, why aren't there other options? Like, why are we forced into just Ponyta? But I suppose they had their reasons. So, with that being said, as probably all guessed it by this point, my starter is going to be Chimchar. So, the reason why, as I said, I want a fire type that is not Ponyta on my team. I really like Chimchar. I've always liked Infernape. He's actually been my favorite of the starters for Sinnoh forever. I'm a big fan of monkeys, and I do enjoy fire types, although my favorite starter typically is the water in every generation. I love Squirtle, I love Totodile, I love Mudkip. I do like Piplup, but he's not my favorite of this generation. I do like Oshawott, I do like Froakie better than all the other ones. I don't like Popplio. My favorite of Gen 7 is actually Rowlet, but I do like Sobble's my favorite in Gen 8. So that will be my starter, is Chimchar and Chimchar through Infernape. And that'll be good for Eterna and any kind of bug, ice. It'll also be good for the Snowpoint gym. And it'll be good for any bug, ice, and steel types that I come across. Oh, speaking of which, Canalave City. Chimchar is a great counter to 3 of the gyms. And fire type is just an all-around very strong type as well. So for my second Pokemon type, I always have to... At least I used to. It's not so prominent anymore because you aren't required to do the HMs, but I used to always make sure that whatever Pokemon that I got, I made sure I had a Pokemon that can learn Surf, one that can learn Fly, and the most every other Pokemon could pretty much like learn things like Rock Smash, Strength, and Cut, so those weren't as much of an issue. But I had to make sure that I at least had some kind of Water type, which was usually my starter, and then like some kind of Flying type that was my Fly Pokemon. So for this generation, probably have already guessed it by this point, but I have chosen Starly. The reason I chose Starly is because it's a really strong attacker. It's really fast. It looks cool. You get it at a very early point in the game, so you can have it for pretty much your entire adventure. And it's going to be good. It's also going to help with the Eterna gym. It's not really going to be useful for that first gym or a lot of the other gyms. It can be really useful in Fantina's gym for the ghost stuff because it's normal, but it also has those flying types that can, do really good damage, like Wing Attack and such, that can do really good damage to the ghost type Pokemon that Fantina has. It's going to really help out a lot at Maylene's gym with the fighting type. Just Staraptor is just a good Pokemon that you can't really go wrong with having on your team regardless. Now, that being said, with the addition of the fairy typings within this game, I might actually end up switching my flying type to Zubat and the Crobat line. Because that way I could have Poison Fang and Cross Poison for any fairy types that I encounter, but I'll also still have that flying Wing Attack and such for whenever I come across grass or bug types. And Crobat is just, he also very much like Staraptor. Great physical attacker, great speed. I have not once had Crobat on a team and hated that I had. The only bad part of Crobat on the team is that you have to train him up from the Zubat, which is a pain in the behind. Because Zubat likes to die all the time, which is not helpful for growing friendship. And for whatever reason, the RNG on Supersonic works way better for your enemies than it does for you, and it's really annoying. So that might be something that I switch out at some point. I may even add Zubat in with Starly when I'm able to catch one, and just kind of switch to, make a decision, based upon what I feel like. Might try to train them both up, because some of these other Pokemon I won't be able to catch for a while before I can actually have them in my team. Which brings me to my next Pokemon, which is also an early game Pokemon that I can catch pretty much right away. This isn't the typing that I always have on a team, but it's a typing that I frequently like to have on a team. But it's the electric type Shinx. So Luxray, I do love electric types because they do tend to be fast, and I think you're noticing the theme here. Speed is a very important stat for me as a trainer because I like to have that priority attacking time, and so I like to have either fast speed with good special attack, or a good physical attack, and give them those good supplemental moves as such. Like, for example, Pikachu's fast and a good special attacker, so I give it Thunderbolt. You get Pikachu to get that Thunderbolt off before your opponent can attack you. 9 times out of 10, your Pikachu's gonna win on turn 2, maybe 3, depending on what Pokemon you're fighting. Obviously, if you're fighting Ground type, you want to withdraw Pikachu and send out Shellos or something. But yeah, but Luxray, I used Luxray. I actually used both Staraptor and Luxray in my original team for Diamond version, and I like the design of this Pokemon. I'm hoping that they bring Megas back and give Luxray a Mega Evolution, because I think that would be really cool. I think he deserves it. I think it'd be cool if they made his Mega Evolution a Lightning type, because he kind of just has those dark Pokemon vibes. And then next on my journey, I will be capturing the... Sorry, my mouse froze for a second. Grass-type Pokemon, Badoo. Now, this is another one that's very similar to Zubat that's really frustrating to train, because it requires happiness to evolve, and it likes to die a lot because it's one of those weak baby Pokemon. And it doesn't really get a lot of strong moves at the start. Its Gen 8 moveset is... for Badoo, you'll catch it around level 4. And it pretty much only knows probably Absorb and maybe Growth. Possibly Stun Spore or Worry Seed. But then it doesn't even learn anything on level up according to the Generation 8 stats. So you have to even get it Friendship during the daytime just to evolve it to Roselia. And if you don't get it to Roselia before level 15, then you don't even get Magic Leaf. Roselia gets Leaf Seed at level 10, so it's like you really want to focus in on that high Friendship before even getting it levels, and you want to get it to Roselia before level 10. So it definitely is one of those. It's like Eevee. Eevee has that kind of a similar thing. Like, you want to get Eevee at high Friendship so it evolves into Umbreon, but you want to make sure Umbreon gets to a certain level so that Umbreon can learn some of their dark moves before it's too late. Otherwise, you're stuck with just like maybe the one Assurance or something that it learns later on in the game, which isn't a bad move. But I mean, then to be honest with you, after Magic Leaf, the good moves that Roselia has are Giga Drain, Petal Blizzard, and Petal Dance, which are good. They're very good moves. And it can be taught to Magic Leaf through a TM, but again, this is all Sword and Shield stats. This may differ slightly when it comes to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They may give Budew and Roselia all their original learn sets, which in Gen 4 they don't learn. She doesn't learn Leech Seed until level 16, and doesn't learn Magic Leap until level 19. So they may go back to that for what do you call it? For Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Now I don't think they will, because usually with the remakes they keep the level up pattern and the what do you call it? Move sets the same. So my imagination, my thought process here is that we would have the same moveset and level progression from Sword and Shield's version of Budew. So, the next Pokemon that I'm going to get is going to be my surfing Pokemon. And I know a lot of people are probably going to be using, like... Hold on. I know a lot of people are probably going to be using, like, a Gyarados or Milotic. Maybe is Kingler part of the Pokedex? I don't know. There's Seaking, there's Whiscash, there's Quagsire, which is a great water type. There's Pelipper, there's Azumarill, there's Octillery, which is a great water type. There's Tentacool, that's a great water type with poisoning, Antime. There's a lot of great water options. There's always a lot of great water options in the games, and that's something I really love, because if you don't pick the water type, then you're not really screwed usually, because you have many great water types at your disposal. For me, I have decided to go with Weasel and Floatzel because of the one simple fact. I was always very interested in this Pokemon, and I'd never gotten to use water types that were not the starter. And I've always wanted to have a Floatzel on my team, because Ash made Floatzel and Weasel look like a really cool Pokemon in the anime, because Weasel had that Sonic Boom move, which honestly isn't that great, you know. Which, actually, incidentally, Weasel is one of the Pokemon that we cannot get in Sword and Shield, so the only thing I can do is base my thought process on the Generation 4, or even potentially the Generation 7 moveset stuff. But, you know, Weasel does have the Sonic Boom attack, which admittedly isn't great later game, but it does do, it's like, you know, it's like a weaker version of Dragon Rage. It always does 20 hit points of health. So early game, when Pokemon only have, like, you know, 19, 25 hit points, that's nice. That's a nice thing to get. Now, the struggle is that I won't be able to get Weasel until Route 205, which is after I beat the Rock Gym. So I'm going to be having to rely on my Budew / hopefully Roselia by the time I fight the gym leader for Rourke, because I'll be able to catch a Budew before I go over to Orberg City. But to be honest, the fire type is not going to be that useful over there, because, I mean, maybe with Mach Punch and such when fighting stuff, but if he uses Rock Throw, then when Inferno's going down, if he uses Rock Throw, then I'm donezo with my Bird type, and if he uses any of the ground types, then I'm donezo with my Shinx. So my only useful Pokemon in that gym is going to be Roselia. So I'm going to be struggling a little bit on that first gym, but once I get past that, unfortunately it's just the first gym, so it shouldn't be that tough. I think Rourke's higher Pokemon is a level 14 Cranidos, typically speaking, so it shouldn't be that tough to be able to make happen. But I'm probably going to have to work on Budew, at least trying to get it to a Roselia before I even attempt the gym. So, I might even have to see about catching some other Pokemon, like Bidoof, unfortunately, to use as a water type just for that one gym and then drop him. Let's see. Does Bidoof even learn any water types? Who evolves into the barrel at level 15. So let's let's go off of the Generation 7 stats for this. He evolves into Bibarel at level 15. He doesn't learn any water types. Bibarel learns Water Gun upon evolution. So if I was able to get Bidoof up to Bibarel and then, you know, fight Rourke, then I'd be fine. Because Water Gun would also be a stab move with Bibarel. And I've never used Bibarel, and I always thought it'd be fun to have that, at least at the beginning portion. To me, Bibarel's kind of like this game's version of Raticate, where it's like nobody ever uses Raticate, but actually if you do use it, it can be pretty good. I don't know if Bibarel's actually any good. I haven't given him the chance. So, I mean, it might be good for me to catch one, get him up to 15, and use Water Gun, and have Bibarel and Roselia be my, you know, star players for that first gym. Just because I know that the other 3 Pokemon, they're not going to do anything for me on that gym. Unless I get them to like level 20 and I can kind of one-shot things with some of my more power moves or something, they're not going to be any use to me on that first gym. So now for my final and 6th Pokemon, which again, some of my team may be subject to change, you know, depending on what ends up happening with certain things, like version exclusives, or another Pokemon that wasn't in there before ends up being there. But my final Pokemon, the other thing is that this Pokemon may not be a Pokemon I can catch until a certain point in the game, which means that I'd have to have another Pokemon sort of take its place temporarily, which could be my Zubat for the time being, or my Starly, depending on which one I decide to keep. But the final Pokemon, this might seem like oh yeah, of course you choose that Pokemon kind of choice, but I will be choosing Gible and going with Garchomp as my 6th and final Pokemon. So the reason I'm going to be choosing that one is because I don't have any counter to electric types in my team currently. The best fight against an electric type that I would have would be my Luxray and maybe my Infernape. And theoretically also my Roserade, which also has the poison type, which counters the fairy. But honestly, Staraptor and Floatzel aren't going to be any good against the Sunny Shore Gym. And also Garchomp's ground type moves will be good against Candace and the Snowpoint Gym. But when fighting against the Sunny Shore Gym and fighting against Volcanic Raichu and everything and the Luxray, I'm going to need that Earthquake or that, you know, Magnitude or whatever to be able to do some good damage to those electric types. Otherwise, they could really cut right through my team. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to send out Staraptor or Floatzel until the other Pokemon are even dead, because like, they're going to get out there and then be one-shot by Thunderbolt or something. And it's going to be like, sorry. You suck because you're a water type and you're fighting an electric type. So, yeah, of course that's going to be the case. So in Gen 8, Garchomp gets Bulldoze at level 18. Dig. Doesn't seem like he actually has a very good ground type set, but that could be because sometimes what happens is they learn a lot of their better moves at a younger level, at a younger stage, and so if you don't let them, like with, for example, with Stone Pokemon, if you don't let like Growlithe or Vulpix learn Flamethrower at like level 38 or whatever before evolving them into Arcane, they can't. Arcanine or Ninetales, they won't actually be able to learn those moves. So it's better to let them learn that at least first, then evolve them. So, but it looks like Bulldoze is probably going to end up being the best natural move that Gible will learn, according to the Sword and Shield stats. Like I said, it can learn Dig, but Bulldoze and Dig seem to be the only ones that they learn. But, that being said, I could find an EQ, or a Sand Tomb, or a Mudshot TM, probably. But there's also Stomping Tantrum, if that one is the one that makes it in. There's Earth Power. So there's options. There's ways that I can give it nice, good ground types. And the point being is having a ground type, and even if it's just that bulldoze for a while, but having the ground type that can counter electrics, because the electric moves won't be usable on Garchomp either. And it's a dragon type, so that would help against other dragon type Pokemon in the game as well that I encounter, like Dragonite or I don't know also what other Generation 5 and beyond Pokemon they may end up introducing into this game, or even if we'd be able to catch them until post-game. So yeah, this is my team. This is right now what I'm kind of planning on going with, and as I said, things could end up changing along the way. I may end up, dropping Starly really quickly and just having Zubat. I may end up not using Floatzel. I may end up getting that Gastrodon instead, because then the Gastrodon would have that ground typing, and would also be a counter against other, against the electric types, like Quagsire and Swampert. Let's see what kind of moves does Gastrodon have. I might just use Floatzel at the beginning until I can get Shellos, although I think you can get Shellos pretty early on in the game. Let's see. So I may not have to do the Bell if I can just get Shellos, although I've heard, I don't know what the difference is, but I have heard that Blue Shellos is technically better than Pink Shellos, and I don't know if that is actually a thing, or if it's just people like the way the blue one looks better. Like if they actually have all the same stuff, because it looks like you get Water Pulse, you have Water Gun automatically, you get Water Pulse at level 15, they have Mud Slap automatically as well, they get Earth Power at level 35, doesn't seem like they naturally learn a whole lot of ground types, but that's just Shellos. When they evolve into Gastron, which is at level 30, you still don't seem to naturally learn a lot of ground types, so you're stuck with your Earth Power ability, Earth Power attack. So whether it's Gastrodon or it's Garchomp, my ground type is still going to need to learn some moves through TMs. I would not mind using Gastrodon. Gastrodon's a pretty cool Pokemon. I do hate using Pokemon that don't naturally learn certain things. Like, I've always hated that. Like, why would you make a Pokemon this typing and not like really hardly give it anything? Like, there's a Pokemon like that it's a certain typing, but then it doesn't learn any moves of that type. I can't remember what Pokemon it is off the top of my head right now. But that's always been a weird thing to me. It's like, why would you make something a fire type and then not give it any fire type moves? It's kind of a similar thought process that I have to, like, why wouldn't you make any other Pokemon in the Sinnoh Pokedex that are catchable that are fire types? Like, literally, I'm scrolling through the Sinnoh Pokedex that we know of. The only fire types that I'm seeing are Chimchar and Ponyta. Why is that the case? Anyway, a couple other optional Pokemon that I might at least use temporarily or at points during the game is obviously I might use an Abra, get that Alakazam. I might try using like my Cranidos fossil Pokemon. I might try Mothim. I might try Patricia might be a fun one to try for a little while. I might try Cherubi and Chirim as a grass type, but I don't think I can get them until Forest. Let's see. According to this, they're sweet honey trees, so that takes a while to find them in that way. But that also could be changed in this new version of the game. Another Pokemon I might try, Ambipom could be fun, Drifblim could be fun, Miss Magius and Honchkrow could be fun choices. I don't have any dark type to really, I don't have a lot that counters psychic type, so that might be a good one to look at. I have the fighting type from Infernape that can counter the darks, but I don't really have anything for psychic at the moment. I mean, I have Crunch from Luxray, but it's not a stab move. I don't have any bug type things either, so I mean I have things that can work against bug, but I don't have any bug things of my own that could work against psychic or dark. I might give let's see here. I might give Lucario a whirl. I used him in Gen 6, so I might give Hippowdon a whirl. Might use Drapion. I might use Toxicroak. Toxicroak would be a good one to have potentially instead of a Garchomp, because that one would give me that poison fighting type, which would give me that counter with the dark type, and also fairy. And then if I used Shellos instead of Floatzel, then I'd have the ground type in the counter. So, like I said, there's wiggle room to kind of maybe mess around with my team, but as of right now, these are the kind of ones that I've kind of picked. That I'd like. I'd like to use potentially Mamoswine on my team if I'm able to. I don't think you can catch Swinub until very late in the game, which is fine because I would at least have it still before getting to the 8th gym. Excuse me. According to this, it's a swarm Pokemon, so it may not even be a Pokemon you catch until post-game. Which, if that's the case, then I would love to use Swinub. And again, like I said, a lot of this is dependent on how close to the original game they're going to keep Pokemon and how, let's say, many changes they might make to what is actually available to us. Anyway, I've probably rattled on a little longer than you probably would have liked. You probably have shut off by this point in time. But without any further ado, this is my team. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in some future videos. I will be putting out a Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl sort of reaction playthrough video when that comes out later this month. And I'm planning on trying to do a Soul Silver playthrough as far as I can, at least until Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl comes out. I'm not sure how successful I'll be on getting all the way through Kanto, so I might just do Johto for it. It was mainly simply because of time constraint of only having a couple weeks between now and when Brilliant Diamond actually comes out. And when that comes out, I'm going to want to be either streaming videos of playthroughs or making videos of playthroughs of that. So I guess I could continue making Soul Silver playthroughs at the same time, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.